Welcome back, everybody, to the Xbox channel. Gears Pro League split for day number 9. I'm Taylor Reflections Double, joined by Colin and Crow Clark. He's spreading the love. He's wearing a black hoodie now. I made him feel self-conscious about the purple shirt. It's not a black hoodie. There's no hoodie on there. But why did you do it?
Let me explain.
You're no longer a plum.
There is a group of shirts in my suit closet that are, how do I put this? They're donate shirts. Like I donate them to like men's shelters around the Richmond area. So if like a kid needs it to go on a job interview or somebody needs it just to look good, whatever, it goes to a good cause. That's one of those shirts because I've had that shirt since I was 15. I wore that shirt at my freshman homecoming. The only thing that doesn't fit on it anymore is my collar, but like it buttons all the way down. Okay. But I was sweating through it like a mother trucker because it is a thick polyester.
It's hot, isn't it?
It is like yesterday was the hottest day of the year thus far for Virginia. Today only got worse because we had thunderstorms, and so the humidity came out. Heard the frogs croaking, man. It was bad. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to stop sweating through this purple shirt. I got to take it to get dry cleaned now before I donate it.
Bruh.
I mean, and then I was getting crap from y'all about eating my candied watermelon. What's a man going to do?
No, who was giving you crap? We were just trying to get it out of you, Colin. You're being secretive. We're like, what are you eating, bro? And you're like,
y'all weren't supposed to see that. Y'all weren't supposed to see the candied watermelon.
Colin, we see it all. I don't see it personally at my house, but I mean, production sees it. They know what you're up to. They know what you're doing. And why didn't I get some candied watermelon? I would love some candied watermelon.
I was thinking about what snack I'm gonna bring when I come and visit you all.
When
at some point.
At some point.
Because I got that's a long drive for me, so I got to figure out what keeps that long, or I got to buy. I got a nice cool. I got a nice cool. I can fry a Yeti would
bring me some smoked meats, bro.
Ooh, I know you love your meats, dog. I'm gonna bring you some. Don't you worry about it.
Give me some meats, bro. I'm telling you, I love it. All right, let's talk about it. eUnited, Casa de Papel. Production's angry. Look. Let's hone in on Casa de Papel. A big change has taken place tonight, and unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing Solar competing tonight. We are going to be seeing Nash play. I know Solar is a great player. Solar's a great player, but Nash is also a great player in his own right. We have seen Nash replace others. We have seen Nash replace others in the past, Colin, and Nash has definitely held his weight. So I'm honestly, you know what? I don't think it's that big of a detriment. Now, Nash is going to be filling in. Going to be missing a bit of that magic. But you also are going to be gaining a fantastic players. So Casa de Papel still has to go against the powerhouse of eUnited. So that doesn't change. But Nash could make him a bit more loose, which I think could value against eUnited.
Well, he's going to try to get loose, but I mean, there ain't no 4 dudes looser on the planet than eUnited. You heard Powerz last split. He said, we take every single fight anywhere on the map. So that's going to make them extraordinarily difficult to go up against if Nash decides he wants to play a little free, play a little loose, try to get up into people's faces, try to take the CQCs in the 1v1s. I do know, though, that one of the most fearsome players on that squad of Casa de Papel is somebody that is near and dear to your heart, somebody that you love so much, somebody that you bring into your fold. It is the one, the only Chavii. Look at that, top 10 in 2 different statistical categories, hiding behind that silhouette that is so daunting.
He's back there somewhere. You know, but we'll unlock him. We'll unlock him towards the end. And now, notice, obviously, Chavii also 10K. That's his Twitter. Give him a follow. That man's making some money. I don't know if he's made 10K, but either way, it's there. I am impressed. His KDA is top at least 10, as well as damage per 10 minutes. The value Chavii has is still great. You know, Casa de Papel is a roster that has definitely had, its ups and downs. They're in 8th place when it comes to standings. Their overall record is 3-4. So by no means the worst, right? But still, though, by no means the best. But Chavii is a great player in his own right. And honestly, he bangs with the best of them. And those stats do prove it. You know, we make the joke all the time. Chavii's near and dear to my heart. And the reason why we do that is because I said he was going to be the next Krabbies of old, or the next dyslexic. He hasn't been. But he's also not been a letdown either. Chavii has definitely been an impactful player. So I gotta say, even though I might have hyped him up a bit too much, he still has been that player that I expected him to be in some way. And I love to see that.
I love it too, because I think that one of the things that Chavii has done for every squad that he's been on is kind of open up opportunities, much like a la a Krabbies. I know you say maybe, Krabbies might have let you down a little bit toward the end of that career, that he had that big
towards
outburst.
The end.
But I really look at Krabbies Dyslexic as doing some of the same things, some of the similar things where they open up opportunities for their teammates. That's exactly what Chavii does as well.
Yeah, Chavii's great. He really is. And obviously our player to watch for good reason. I think he's going to have a big impact. We'll see what Nash can obviously bring to the table. But eUnited, they're not going to let their guard down. We've been seeing them play so incredibly well and make some star-studded moves. But let's look at the maps we're not going to be watching. Reactor, Clock Tower. eUnited says we don't want to play there. Fair enough. And Clock Tower isn't a bad map for EU, but they did their homework and there was something against Casa they just didn't want to go against them in. But either way, they had to make their bans and maybe they just did it auto-wise. Spire, Canals, Training Grounds. And Training Grounds is the big one to me. I wouldn't want to play eUnited there either. eUnited is just a knockout, drag-out team on TG.
They are one of the best teams on the planet when it comes to TG. So Casa de Papel, they get rid of that. But I mean, I think that just leads us into Vasgar, which could be just as difficult for them. My God, you gave... Hey, yo, Casa, come on.
That's not the first time we've seen that, though, is it? Like, the first time, like, yo, teams give up Ritual to eUnited. Sometimes teams even pick Ritual against eUnited. They're crazy for doing it.
They nuttier than a squirrel's house right before winter, boy. I tell you what.
I tell you, little King of the Hill action coming out.
They a few Dr. Pepper short of a six-pack. I'll tell you that much.
Well, because you drank one of them, and that's the only reason why.
You ain't lying about that, boy.
but you know, map 5 as well. Let's say this. I don't see this going to map 5, but let's say it does. I mean, Ephyra Execution is such a great map for eUnited. So, I mean, this is not looking like a good series for Casa de Papel. Although I'm not against Checkout and District for them, Colin. I think Checkout and District are two great maps for Casa de Papel, at least historically. But, I mean, maps 1, 3, and 5. And 5 specifically is just going to be, it's going to be hard. Let's go through our predictions. This one should be relatively clear-cut. I'm going eUnited. They're the better team. And, I mean, come on. I think everybody's going to be going EU here, but Casa de Papel could surprise us. I am obligated to say that. Colin, who are you going for?
Look at me when I say this, eUnited. You tweeted out last week that you're 100% win rate when I throw the hat. Let's get this money, boys. eUnited.
But you still batted for them, baby. But you still batted for them. So, all right, maybe the curse is there. I know I'm not the curse because I voted for them last week.
If they win tonight, I'm throwing that hat every time they come out. I don't even care. It could be this game. It could be another game. eUnited about to play. I'm throwing a hat.
All right, chat. You going eUnited? You going eUnited. Casa de Papel. It's up to you to prove us all wrong. Let's see if you could do it. Like I said, record 3 and 4. Not bad. Not great. It's okay. Acceptable. But if Casa de Papel can beat eUnited, I mean, whew, especially with Nash, hey, that's going to be huge. And just to remind all of you guys, once again, Solar is not playing. It is going to be Nash in his spot. Could make him a bit more loose, but as Colin said, the people that hang the loosest are the 4. Is loosest a word? I don't think loose is a word.
Loose on the planet.
The most loose on the planet, the 4 players of eUnited, Colin.
Them 4 dudes are looser than my shoes
surfing
before I had Velcro. I'll tell you that much.
What? I bet you, hey, you know what? But you know what you probably did? You probably used the hay string. You know what I'm talking about? That wraps it up. You probably took that and you wrapped it around and you made do, didn't you?
I'm not gonna lie, it was duct tape, boy. It was duct tape. We put duct tape on everything. Duct tape will fix the shoe, fix your house, fix your mouth. It'll fix
it. Wouldn't fix TJ. Wouldn't fix TJ, though. Nash runs straight through him. He might need some duct tape. We'll see if it can work. And Nash continues to go well. His takedown and yet another. You want to talk about getting loose. Nash, he opens it up with first blood, and he opens up the door for Casa de Papel to get the first point and the first torque.
What an opening initial for Casa de Papel. This is going to be good for them to go forward, get a good little point lead coming into P2. Beautiful torque across the map by Chavii. Chavii now front side of the T-table. Shot on a dyslexic. Doesn't hit a good second one, but a ton of damage from his teammates. They get 2. They're looking for more. They're going to fly across here to where P5 normally spawns. Powerz is in a 1v4. Gets 2 big bricks, but cannot get a kill at all, so they're going to back them down over to P2.
And by the way, Blaze in chat said the cat's out of the bag. He's Nash. So if you guys want to know Nash, it's apparently Blaze is playing as Nash, and I mean, wouldn't surprise me with the way that
off of me. I hate that.
I mean, hey, he ran through TJ off the rip, and he's 4-0 right now, Colin. So if that's Blaze, I mean, he should have been playing all along.
This is just him, and this is just him holding. Like, he's got to let some other people shine. He can't have all of it.
That's right. That's right. He was shining against you, though, just to bring that back full circle. 53-0. Casa de Papel have literally the best start you could possibly imagine. For eUnited, still maybe getting warmed up. I mean, you know, it's not uncommon to see EU take a early point deficit only to start clapping back a little bit later on. But for Casa de Papel to win this series, I think they've got to just leave it all on the line and honestly throw caution to the wind like Chavii does against Demise. A hell of a push, even inside the hill. Chaoz putting up a wonderful fight. Chavii with the torque. Chaoz with the 1-2 punch. My lord, Casa de Papel can do no wrong.
Off and rolling. Casa de Papel wants to show that the foundation of that house is much sturdier than any paper you've ever seen. They are on a mission here tonight. Starting off this hot and heavy, 88-1. They are getting set up for P3 as well. As you can see, one player just holding down that last shield. Chavii over the top. What a shot that was to get the down. My God.
Chavii, another big body. He'll back away, recover a little bit. Good shot onto this. I mean, he is hitting shot after shot. Casa de Papel's incredible. I'm blown away. Powerz running away as fast as he can with the torque. Dyslexic losing a fight against Chavii. And at this point, all eyes, I mean, on Powerz. I mean, he's 2-4, not the worst stat line in the lobby, but surely he's going to make an impact, and he is going to connect onto Nash. So one player gone, Snuff out, Addvers takes some damage. Powerz feels confident, especially with two others from eUnited firing onto that player. Now they're working their way onto the hill. From Casa de Papel's perspective, they've got to break from the top side. Never easy to do, but with the way they've been playing, it wouldn't surprise me if they find a way.
This next team fight's pretty important because the way that eUnited has been snuffed out early in this one, it is going to be a big differential if they continue to get taken down in all of these rotations. Let's see what they can do in this position. eUnited sitting and waiting. Powerz with the torque bow. Not able to find one, but has gone up to 4-4 now. Stat line getting a little prettier, but nowhere near the expectation we normally have for him.
At least not yet. Like I said, I think it might change. That's one. Chaoz, though, surely dies here. We've seen him get out of tough spots, but that won't be one of them. And like I said, for eUnited, it's not uncommon to see them take an early point deficit only to come back, which it seems as if they're definitely getting their legs underneath them at this point in time. TJ, good fight. One down. Addvers also gone. Powerz there to assist. And Chaoz, or excuse me, Chavii from the low end, he's going to be in a 1v3. Not going to be an easy task. The smoke will disorient. He will fall. And eUnited off of P3 pretty much lock it in the entire time.
You spend much time on a boat, Taylor?
Actually, yeah, I used to sell back in the day, wearing the Sperry's, the khaki shorts, everything, yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you right now, eUnited reminds me a lot of a guy that's new to boating, new to sailing. He gets out there, got to get sea legs under him, baby. Got to get him just right.
That's right, dude. Hey, you know, when the boats are rocking, you don't got those sea legs, bro. You're going to be tumbling. I'm telling you, that's a real thing. And selling is a beast of it. I need to go selling again. Colin, let me know. You got a lake over there? I'm going to go selling on your lake. I know it's really weird.
Father-in-law owns a mini yacht, Veritas, baby. Takes people out on charters as well.
Sounds like I need to go on the Veritas, baby, so let me know when. I'm going to fly over there. Now, I'll be flying coach. I hope that doesn't offend you.
But the only thing that would offend me is if you don't lock up, give me the big old grizzly hug when you see me. That's the only thing that's going to offend me.
I'm going to give you one, baby, and I told you I'm going to be carrying Jacob, too, as I come your way. All right. Hey, Casa de Papel, they're fighting hard. And Demise has a nade in hand. He's going to go in and send it flying. He'll pick up the meat shot on the Chaoz. Nade won't amount to much. It did reposition Nash to the left, but either way, he finds his sea legs once again. He backs away. We've got a bit of a stalemate for the time being. eUnited's got to pounce on this opportunity and move up because they're about to be flanked from Chaoz.
I'm going to say this is that situation where it was an 80-point differential. Now you're down to about 30 or 40. They're just slowly chopping away the lead. This is where they get scary. This is where teams start to fold against them. It's almost like they're an 18-wheeler. They start to get up to that momentous occasion. They start to get up to their top speed. And then you start to see teams start to get a little skittish, start to fold, start to be curious and concerned about all the fights they take around the hill. 118-71, though, trying to get that lead back up to where it was after the early going. Neutralization back in. 30 seconds left on this one. A long time to go before anybody really has to move out of here.
Big push from Addvers, but it's going to amount to not a lot. eUnited didn't take the bait. They pushed back. Chavii making a move up forward. He's 8-3. He's been playing very well, given a lot of great opportunities in the direction of Casa de Papel. eUnited, though, will win the scrap time. They've got to focus on next. Player 6 is going to be up top, the challenge for the fresh torque, but he is going to make some company, so he needs to be ready. More importantly, Powerz and Dyslexic need to join up and help him out in the meantime. And Casa de Papel is very focused on TJ. They'll at least take down one, giving them the man advantage, but only for a short period. Powerz will take down one. He's got 3 more to deal with, but he discombobulates the setup, doubles back onto Nash. Addvers is down with the help of Demise. Powerz will lose his life, and ultimately Casa de Papel will get the torque.
Once again, Casa de Papel winning a team fight, getting the power weapon to show for it as well. Beautiful job in this scenario. They're going to continue to pressure back against eUnited, who's been sitting in the hill trying to get the score line as close as humanly possible. 125 to 96 and counting. Dyslexic just staying alive for as long as possible. Gets tagged up with a torque bow and tries to run away from his teammate. TJ goes down next. Demise with one. Demise with a big body shot there. Almost turns. I thought he was about to get another up payoff. That thing would have had me up out of my seat quick fast and in a hurry. I'd have been like a bunny boy.
Like a bunny, huh? No, it's not really that vicious, and I expect you to be vicious. 140 to 101. Casa de Papel looking strong, still keeping it competitive, but no questions. No questions. I had to hold my breath as Dyslexic missed a couple of shots, but there's no question that eUnited has definitely come back, and this is a lot more competitive than what might meet the eye per se. eUnited feeling good. Casa de Papel on the top end of things, slowly but surely going to be pushing through. Losing Chavii, though, the tip of your spear is definitely going to hurt. Chaoz also gone. This push is all but over with.
Yeah, it's going to be settled down, and you see what eUnited's done here. They have gotten it back within 30 points yet again. They are so happy with their positioning, getting it into 20 points now, and I think this is what eUnited wants. It's almost like right where you want them. This next hill is going to be interesting. This next rotation, Addvers goes in for the up A, but gets shut down by Dyslexic. Demise finds one of his own. eUnited well on their way to taking over the control of the close respawns and the next hill. Big shot for the down. No help needed. Demise missed both of those shots, but don't worry, he's got your back, baby.
He definitely does, man. Look, 12k damage. He's keeping right up there with all the eUnited members for sure. And we might have an official lead change for the first time on this map. And Powerz, of course, being the stat leader for his roster. No surprise there. Back on board with Demise. Keeping it competitive, but, I mean, man, what a nasty fight. That was ugly. You don't want to replay that one for sure, but he wins it. And there it is. eUnited calling. They officially have the point lead for the first time on map 1.
Pressure's being ratcheted up every single moment. 150 to 140. Beautiful shots here by Powerz. He has really started to warm up. Goes for a little roadie straight, but Chavii cuts him down. New torque bow will go over to Casa de Papel. Middle of the map, the Lancer fire is a little bit too much for them to overcome. They're going to get some downs there, but no cleanups come through for eUnited. 30 seconds left. Chavii moving into position here with that snub. Nash moves out to the 45 degree, tries to get a shot on, but here comes the extra reinforcements from eUnited. They get 1 kill, traded out, 3v3 on the map. Nash misses the first. Big miss. You can't do that against Dyslexic, and he's going to be still on the warpath to try to take away this torque, but Chavii shuts down another.
But Demise is there to potentially get the cleanup. Chavii, though, I mean, he's on the hunt. He feels confident. He at least gets to finish onto Dyslexic as well as Demise. Powerz, he'll ultimately get Chavii in return. But either way, nice performance from Chavii just a little bit earlier. TJ facing a lot of opposition in front. Make that 1v3. He does have help from the backside, so a lot of damage is in. But unfortunately for TJ, he's simply not going to be able to hold his ground in that moment. Tough spot, 1v3. Hard to win those. Powerz being pressured back. You got all 3 from eUnited currently here against the 4 of Casa de Papel. And this is where we all started, where Casa de Papel took a tremendous lead, and I don't think we're going to get a repeat of that, but maybe hold up Nash. He was the guy who opened up map 1 wide for Casa. He's popping off in a 1-3, but simply not going to be enough. eUnited will recover, and the lead will grow.
Staying alive that long is only beneficial if you can stay alive until your teammates get back there to help you. He ends up going down, and this is going to allow eUnited to sit back into this position. They're going to get up over 200 points in the next 10 to 11 seconds, but Powerz now on the flank. Forces 1 player into that first cover. 2nd player into that first cover. This is going to be that position where now players are going to try to back out toward the backside of this cover, toward this backside altar. Chaoz pretty damaged up. Powerz now on the flank. Rotates back. He's full red, but he knows he's got to get to the right side of the altar to help his teammate. But look at the shots. Look at the downs.
Yeah, Great stuff. Kill feed lights up red without question, and eUnited will apex the 200-point mark. Crazy to think, Colin, going back, Casa de Papel was beating eUnited 101-1. That's how dominant of a start Casa de Papel had, but eUnited in true fashion just took a little bit of time to get warmed up. But once they did, it's tough to stop them, and since that point, Casa de Papel has only gained, what, 52 points. That's how tremendous eUnited has stepped it up, but I digress. Rotation's going to be in, and Casa de Papel does have at least the early goings for the next hill, and Powerz doing everything he can to line up a shot. He'll miss that one on the Chaoz, but he still has 3 more in the boat.
Shot over the top, won't find anybody. Little active shot from Powerz, waiting to come in, won't hit the secondary there, so no kills just yet. Looking for another one. That's going to be toward Nash. Big splash damage. We have a team kill in from eUnited. TJ killed off by Demise, but, I mean, not really slowing anybody down. They're going to back up into their beautiful back A for the down. Now the big body shot. Chavii with 2 more. 14, 9, and 14 with damn near 20K to his name. Yep. Looking like he is well on his way to a map MVP if Casa de Papel can pull this one off.
Well, no surprise, Chavii top 6 when it comes to his KDA. Obviously top 10 as well when it comes to damage done per 10 minutes. He definitely holds his weight, and I gotta say his career has been relatively short compared to, you know, all the others in this level, specifically eUnited's lobby, you know, obviously Addvers and Chaoz in the mix, but, you know, Chavii, he holds his own, and despite him being a young gun, maybe a newcomer on the scene relatively, he still is just such a tremendous and valuable player without question. eUnited 248 to 166 of Casa de Papel. New Hill's going to be in flow. Excuse me, no, 30 seconds still remains. eUnited, if they can believe this stride, they'll be about 270, 280, and they do have the real estate to do that. It's a 2v2 on the hill. On the opposite side, Demise wins a critical fight, wins a second for 2. Powerz can't win his. So, you know, a bit of both worlds being won. Casa winning the hill. Casa winning the hill? Casa winning the hill, and eUnited with Demise winning the flank.
Hey man, I am Ron Burgundy. All right, you got to just. You almost tried to cast a curse. You almost tried to cast a curse, but here we come into this next fight. This is going to be a little rotation out by Chaoz. Goes to the up A, gets a big body shot on the It's a big body shot on the Demise. Excuse me. We rotate over to TJ, who is still trying to hold down this back angle here. Front side of the ledge now. Side of Casa de Papel is in the better position, in my opinion. They are in a much better spot. They're going to be angling out. Dyslexic gets one down, tries to go for the back A there, gets a secondary shot for another down. They're just adding in damage, making that next retake maybe a little bit easier.
It's a big moment for Casa de Papel. If they can lock in this hill, which still isn't a guarantee, mind you. Ooh, now it's really not a guarantee. eUnited's winning the fights they need to. That is so disappointing to see. Casa de Papel had the low end and had such an explosive exit. Where eUnited seemed as if they were just going to crumble and, you know, obviously get torn apart, but then Casa de Papel finds a way to lose it, and TJ had a large portion and a large reason as to why that ended up happening. And even now, being the tip of the spear, I mean, just keeping Casa de Papel back, this could have been a big turning point for Casa de Papel, but in turn, it looks like it might be the end.
20 seconds to go with a decent amount, 35 left on the hill. They're going to flood that back angle. Demise is waiting for his hand to come off his face. Beautiful job there by Casa de Papel to kind of guess when he's going to come out of the stun. They get a good retake here with these kills, so they are going to keep this one alive for now. They look to try to get up over 200 points in just a moment before they possibly give up the next angle over to eUnited.
Ooh, nice shot from Chavii. That was a bit of a trade, but ooh, Dyslexic on the tail end of things. Will make it competitive at least, and Casa de Papel will be happy. Probably break 200. Honestly, I mean, it's risky to even stay there. It's a bit of a mental thing, and 199 is where they'll stay, but I mean, you got to be focused on next, especially when you're 18 points away from losing. Bit of a skirmish onto the rotation, and Casa de Papel seemed to be winning. I said the last hill was a turning point. I stand by that. But I mean, Casa de Papel continue to show like they're not going down without a fight. And I got to say, I'm starting to believe them.
Got to be a little bit of a believer. They got to believe in themselves first. Addvers with a quick little shot there with the Torpo. Gets that first pick. Now the wrap shot. Torp tries to get that stick to come out onto that player, but they get the down onto him instead. Nash with the big back A on the first one. Double bounces in. Can't level up the second shot. Now Chaoz is going to try to come in for some help inside of the hill. 10 seconds to go, but 55 left and counting. Chaoz doesn't get splashed there, so I think they know he's in that neutralization position. It's the only place he can be, but Chavii waiting in the wings for another kill to come his way. And it looks like Casa de Papel will be pushing back into the hill with a numbers advantage.
Power, or should be TJ? 1v, I mean, really a 1vx, 1v the world. We'll fall a bit short. Powerz, though, still keeping it contested, still keeping it competitive. And with the rest of the boys rolling in, Colin, this map will end 300 to 209. eUnited. I mean, such a lackluster start, but a great finish nonetheless. They take map 1.
And a good gaming performance out of the paper house. I mean, Casa de Papel there, once they started rolling, I thought they were going to be able to run away with it a little bit longer. eUnited fight back, and you could have easily just kind of taken your lumps. You could have moved on into map 2 and just rolled over and died like so many teams before you.
Right.
This time, they do not give up any of their angles. They don't give up any of their positionings. They stay in each one of these fights, and they come away with a good gaming performance, up over 200 points for Casa de Papel on a map that, without a doubt, I mean, seems to be eUnited's specialty at times.
So the impressive thing from eUnited's perspective is Casa de Papel, I mentioned that lead at the beginning. It was 101 to 1, right? So a 100-point lead, and it finishes 300 to 209. It was a 16-minute map. A large portion of the points from Casa de Papel's perspective, 101, was gained within, I want to say, like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Like, it was that much. But for at least 11 minutes straight, they were only able to accumulate 100 or so points after that. eUnited, meanwhile, cleared 299 points in that time span. eUnited came back with a vengeance, but I agree with you. It was a gaming performance. Chavii had a wonderful start. I mean, Addvers, too, he was 6-0 in this moment. Literally, like I was saying at the beginning, Casa de Papel at the start, the initial, they could do no wrong.
And that's what you have to do, is you have to be able to jump out on eUnited, to put pressure on them. The thing that no team is yet to really find an answer for, except maybe Rise, is how to withstand that pressure long enough to get victories over them. Last major, we saw eUnited breeze into the grand finals, really. They go into winners finals after decimating the Pioneers. And then you thought, man, is this their time? Is this where Powerz wins one without a mental, without an explosive, without a franchise, without a Kenny? And they sit back and relax, and Rise said, look, they can throw their best shot at us, but if we can weather the storm, there is nothing they can do about it. If we just live long enough to tell the tale, they will not be alive to dispute our facts.
Still, I want to know why eUnited has such a lackluster start. Maybe not warmed up for the day, but you know, one thing you can't dispute is when they turn it on, they turn it on. You know, they really do. Chavii never backed down, though, and that's the key takeaway for me. You know, we make the meme of, you know, he's my favorite player, but, I mean, the man finishes 22 and 13, 15 assists, 25K damage done. He had the 3rd most damage done in the lobby. In fact, he had the 2nd most kills in the lobby and arguably the best KD in the entire lobby. I mean, that's how much of an impact he made, and that's going to definitely pay dividends on checkout execution, Colin, where we need to see Casa de Papel clap back.
They got to have a good map, too, and it's a very difficult map, too, to be good against eUnited on. We have seen eUnited on this platform be vicious at times, shut people down, keep them at the least amount of effort possible. I mean, you get up into that platform, if you're not ready, TJ is just going to blow through you, both of your teammates. You're going to find yourself coming off a respawn next round like, did you throw a flash? Did you throw one, too? It's 2. Did you throw one as well? That's 3. How did he shoot us?
TJ is, but Demise getting the damage as well. Like, they got a lot of things that work for them. Yeah. They really do. I love that you pointed out TJ, though. We talk about Powerz a lot, but TJ is such a great player on execution, especially on checkout. And it's nice. He's going to go from... He what?
I'm trying to throw you off. I'm trying to get you to admit to it. I said he's your first overall pick tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, because you still don't know who my first pick is tomorrow. I don't think anybody's going to see it coming, but it's such an obvious pick. It's such an obvious... If Blaze... Okay, it's going to be Powerz. Tell you what, it might not be Powerz.
Knowing Blaze, he's going to pick somebody that's like 5, like 6 head. He's going to see above it all.
Blaze is going to be like... Blaze is going to be like, yo, Nash had a great performance playing on Casa de Papel. I'm going Nash first pick, baby. That's what Colin's going to do. You know, he's going to be like, you know, he showed me enough. And then he's going to be playing as Nash, and then it's going to be cool. You know, he might pick Jacob for first pick, all right?
I might pick Blaze for my first pick.
Uh-oh, now things are just getting crazy. I might pick Media by Hunter for first pick, okay? First round draft, okay? I tell you what.
1v1, 1v1, Hunter versus goalie. Who you got?
Oh gosh, Hunter. Yeah. Yeah. Voice of God's great, but Hunter wins that all day. Hunter wins that all day. I tell you what, though. Of course, I'm going with the Zoomer over the Boomer. Are you kidding me? Zoomer can still like see things. Like, they still got the fine motor skills, the reactions. Zoomer's out there. They crushed the competition. Okay, I'm going with Hunter all day over Voice of God. I don't even care, dude. I don't even care. No, first pick tomorrow. Hey, it might blow your mind depending on if Blaze gets powers.
So if Blaze doesn't pick powers, you're picking powers.
I think so.
You're not going to let Jacob have him?
Jacob's not going to get anything. Let me tell you something.
Don't let Powers fall to me in the 4th spot. Because, look, I love my dad and everything, but I will pick Powers.
Bro, if Powers is like not picked by like the 3rd round, like come on, something's seriously wrong.
It's a gentleman's agreement. It's a gentleman's agreement not to pick Powers. We G8 Powers.
He just but imagine if we didn't make it apparent, but we all G8, but just did not say that. And Powers is like, are they really not going to pick me? Imagine. Just
wait a minute.
He's like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why can't I?
What more can I do?
What more can I? It would just deflate him so much, No, I think Latin America is going to be quite happy with me tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to pick Danny. I got it.
I might not.
You're gonna go with the old Ryan Fool special,
which is what I forget.
First overall.
I don't think I will. I just
to this day, like I said, like the reason I'm allowed to meme, whether it's you or Blaze, the reason I'm allowed to meme either of you if you don't pick Powers first overall is because I'm the guy that let
place that I'm picking Raver.
Mental.
Yeah.
I have never in my life, I remember times sitting there where I was like, man, I wonder what Ryan would do if he had Billy on his team right now.
I wonder what you're going to do when you cast over Billy again. I'm jealous, Colin. Just want to say that.
Look.
Hey. I'm jealous. I'm jealous as hell. I'm going to be real with you.
That whole night is just gonna be me just blurbing out the most insane stuff because we have 8 of the greatest to ever do it.
Well, I already know who's going to win it. I think you know who's going to win it. I'm just bringing down the reality, but it's going to be fun to see certain people play. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into map 1. Let's get into map 2, round 1, okay? eUnited Casa de Papel. Casa de Papel taking the early initiative with not only first blood, but also positioning on the platform. Dyslexic, though. What? How do you do this? You missed that. No, he hit it. No, he didn't hit it. It's okay. Let me calm down a little bit. I really do. The doctor said, "Calm down. You're gonna have a heart attack." But
I'm gonna tell you right now, Taylor. He is concentrating 2 of our greatest ties in history. Okay, when you pick Ty Kaliso, I think is he playing Ty or is he playing? No, he's playing. Never mind. I thought he was playing Ty for saying that big shoulder pad had me.
Jeez. So what he picks up? I mean, that shot on Addvers was just
that one's better.
It was nasty.
The reaction on that second shot is better than the first shot in my book.
I agree. 100%. That second shot was incredible. All right, off to the race. Who's getting unstunned first? Chavii will. It's so funny to see how those end up playing out. Those bit of a stalemates. And well, Dyslexic looking to pop off this round. He won't do it. Demise 1v4. Tough spot to be in. He's going to be burnt to a crisp. Casa de Papel will answer back. Not as in scintillating fashion as Dyslexic, bringing it from a 4v2 to a 2v2 to a 2v none, but still a W is a W.
Without a doubt, I look at it like this. If you're going to go tit for tat with eUnited on checkout, you better win round 1. That's when things are going to get very, very slick when you go into those rounds 9, round 10, round 11, so on and so forth. If you get any stalemates, maybe going further than that. Coming into this one, a lot of flash grenades go out. Chavii's going to get shot by 4 different people, it feels like. I mean, he went up onto that platform 1% or less already. He was basically crawling up there like, please, hit me with the revive. Hit me with the revive.
I'm not even down yet. Hit me with the revive, please. It's like,
Somebody
just hit me with the stem, bro. I need to get back in the fight. And I'm not even out of the fight yet, but I know I will be. But that's a good reaction from eUnited, Colin. You know, they had been challenging platform, and it had, you know, been relatively missed off the first 2 rounds. Remember, Dyslexic was the reason why they won round 1. But the 2 rounds that they, or at least the other round that they lost, it was because of the platform fight. But for eUnited, though, good reaction. And for Casa de Papel, this time they don't challenge. They drop low for snipe.
They've got to do something different. They can't keep challenging that platform. The 2 times they really have tried to go for it, it has not come away in their favor. But Addvers with a big body shot there gets the first down. The Incendiaries are keeping them off that front part of the ledge.
Hey, yo.
And now they're going to push back in. Addvers with another down to the TJ. Everybody from eUnited is kind of locked up over here. I mean, everybody. I mean, they're as close as they can be. They're packed in here like sardines, Taylor.
I'm telling you, and I love sardines, man. That's a... really don't know where I'm going with that. Another body shot. This time around, Casa de Papel has members to capitalize potentially. eUnited will try to break away, but Chaoz refuses to back down. And in fact, this should be over with. I say should because, well, you just never know. And it is a... Jesus. Again, I said should for a reason, and it wasn't over with. eUnited, they end up taking the victory. I don't know how they do it.
They're looking spot on right now. 3 rounds to 1, 2 rounds in a row. Just continuing to add some pressure and damage each and every time. That's what they do, is that it's just mounting. It's like you all of a sudden somebody's hurt, now somebody's down, now somebody's hurt, now somebody else is down, and you don't ever find kind of a way to take a breath. And that's what comes back to bite you in the butt against teams like eUnited. If you can't capitalize on your early success, especially against eUnited in execution, it ain't ever going to end well.
5th round underway. TJ, he will get revenge this time. Chavii, he was the guy who got unstunned a couple of rounds earlier. This time it was TJ, and well, it's going to pay dividends for the roster of eUnited. Going up that platform was the last thing you should have done. 22 seconds later, 4-1 lead for eUnited. It's weird that we had a competitive first round, a competitive second round that just catapulted eUnited 3 rounds in a row to lead 4-1. I mean, it turned on a dime, kind of like Ritual did a little bit earlier.
I don't know what they can do to really stop this onslaught. eUnited, I mean, the way that they team fire these past couple of rounds has been just too much to overcome. Flashes are going to come out. Smokes as well. TJ gets to the top of the platform, waits for somebody to try to challenge. Powerz has a free lane to come onto the 90-degree long-range incendiary by TJ, finds one. Secondary one over the top of that cover. No, he never throws it. He actually pulled it back into the pocket. A second one comes out. My man is going for barbecue right now. You wanted smoked meats. He wanted char grill, boy.
And Chavii, you just got to settle with the salad, man, because that's all he's going to get, and that's not going to be filling at all, brother. eUnited will lead 5-1, and they're going to let Chavii sit there and think about his decisions for just a little bit. Punish him maybe for the good stats on Ritual just a little bit earlier. It's a massacre, baby, and eUnited is leading 5-1.
Just one of those times where you got to sit down and just think about what you done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember when you used to mess up and your mama or your daddy would send you off the corner and say, go think about what you done?
Yep.
Right now, Casa de Papel got to think about what they done. And what they ain't done is win a whole bunch of rounds against eUnited at this point.
They definitely have not, brother. Well, potential final round, eUnited, they're going to have to at least dodge some of these nades that are going to be coming through. Powerz does get the... no, nade at his feet. Powerz, you got to run. He dodged it just in a nick of time. Meanwhile, Chaoz up close and personal, and he will win the fight. Good on him. But you got to value Powerz. I mean, he had our top play from last week, brother, and it was on canals with the sniper. So if I'm Casa de Papel, I'm treading very carefully at the moment.
I mean, I wouldn't give him a 1v. Remember last week, that's what I spent about 3 minutes saying? Don't give him a 1v. Don't give him a 1v. You got a 4v3, you better find 2 players. Put 2 bodies on him. Just find him with 2 different lancers, 2 different snubs. Put 2 bodies on him.
Surely this is a Casa round. Good pressure. Well done. They don't lose a single member. They played that comfortably and controlled, but at the end of the day, the linchpin was Chaoz, right, Colin?
Yeah, Chaoz has done such an incredible job adding a good amount of just, I almost call it the exclamation point play, where when he was on the Pittsburgh Knights and they had such a high ceiling because he could just go off at any time, he could just reach those next levels.
No surrender.
He does the same thing here. There's a chance where he could get a kill that you wouldn't expect him to, or he makes a play that he's not supposed to, and you just keep finding yourself scratching your head wondering how good this band really is. This time Powerz goes wide. And it looks like they might have these players trapped, but Chaoz finds a kill with a fragmentation.
All right, could be the ends, maybe. It is a 3v3. Casa de Papel, they've got composure. Body shot's not going to be enough. Nash will get away with his life. Fires another shot. Nash is definitely sweating bullets. I would be too. Chaoz is down. Now, this is where things start to get dicey for Casa de Papel. 3v2. And they're, I mean, eUnited's absolutely on the hunt. And as Powerz is sending a shot flying, well, another eUnited member is closing the gap. Chavii's brought down to his knees. Powerz gone. Nash, though, he's down. And, well, Colin, this is going to end 6-2. eUnited will lead 2-0 in the series.
The hat throw is coming through in the clutch right now, Taylor. Up 2-0 in the series. eUnited are well on our way to a 3-0 victory. Demise said, I'm the man with the golden gun. Look at this thing. I do this for fun. They go up with this a beautiful checkout map. I told you TJ would be oh so big. eUnited, they look to shut it down. I'm gonna go find myself a fig.
Everybody to the Gears Pro League Split for day number 9. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by the Southern hospitality of Colin the Crow Clark. eUnited, I mean, unstoppable. You know, it's interesting, right? They start off map 1 very lackluster, 101 to 1. They come back, they win 300 to 209. But I mean, geez, checkout was just it was a nightmare for the team of Casa de Papel, brother.
It has been they came into checkout, and you must have thought that the person that owned this supermarket thought they were the looters. Because if you've ever read the sign in checkout, you know exactly what it says. You know exactly what happens to looters when you go to checkout, and that's how eUnited treated them. They took them to task time and time again. Took them to task so bad, I had to go get a fig to settle my stomach. That's how bad it was.
Buy a fig. I mean,
high in fiber, good protein source, baby. It's good for the diet, good for the regulation down there, buddy. And they had my stomach in knots thinking, I don't even know what I would do. I was shaking in my boots, baby. I was feeling sick for them.
Okay, well, high in fiber means you might need to take an extra break a little bit later, but we'll get to that point when we get there, all right? We got map 3, Vasgar Escalation. I'm thinking Casa de Papel, obviously, they're in trouble. But granted, District, I do believe, is a great map for them. However, they've got to get to that point. But eUnited has been kind of hit or miss on Vasgar at times, but getting this close to Major, they have definitely locked it in, and they don't look like the same team that they looked like at the beginning of Split 4, coming off of, once again, another second place, and getting this close to the Major for eUnited, they really are locking it in because they understand the importance is here. Like, and you mentioned for Powerz, the dialogue of winning a Major without Kenny, winning a Major without, Explosive, like, that's a big deal to him, and with the way he's been playing, brother, he understands that.
The way he is playing, he understands it completely and totally. My man is on a different cloud right now. He's in a different frame of mind, a different set of mind than anybody else on planet Earth. This is one of those things where it's about proving a legacy. We talked about Avexis wanting to prove that legacy, being the longest tenured player for Rise, being able to find a way to finally get it done for that organization and for himself. Avexis has done it a ton. I mean, Jesus. Powerz has done it a ton with multiple players, franchise, explosive, Kenny. He's done it time and time again, but he's never done it without him. Will that be the thing that haunts his legacy, or will he be able to vacate those demons and prove that he wasn't just another cog in the machines that were those greatest IGLs of all time? No, he was the gas that made that guzzler go, boy.
All right, map 3, Casa de Papel. We need some new life, and this isn't going to be an easy one by any means. And we mentioned TJ on checkout. Now he's going from strength to strength. He loves the tank fight. Strong start for Demise. I mean, but unfortunately, he's going to take down his own teammate in return. And I mean, hey, he takes down Nash, so strong start still stays the same. He gets the objective cleared, but I mean, taking down your teammate hurts, but maybe it was all part of the master plan. The domination will take through. eUnited leads 1-0.
All a part of the plan, Taylor. All a part of the plan. Okay? Can't question it when it works out, right?
That's true, you can't.
When things work out, you're supposed to just stand back.
It was supposed to happen that way.
That's exactly how it was meant to go, okay? That's exactly how it was meant to go. Nobody can ask or say anything otherwise. I look at it this way, Taylor. Vasgar is such a close map in reality. You look at it, you look at where they spawn, you look at how these teams have to take their initial routes, you're like, man, that's a far off way. That's a bit of a run. That's a bit of a distance. You see how quick our professional players close the gap on one another. How quick they get across the map and just apply early pressure to their opponents. And that's what separates them from the rest of the crowd, separates them from just another face. I really genuinely love to see these players roll out of spawn each and every round because it shows just that next level, that predication of greatness that we see from them every time they come out of spawn. 3v1, 3v3 actually, 2 players hiding up onto the ledge, maybe trying to hide their numbers, but that quick kill by eUnited gives them another decided advantage.
Curious how Demise breaks away. You could tell he wanted to slide through mid very quickly, but he spots Chaoz and he spots Addvers. But one thing is for certain, Casa de Papel, they are definitely reacting to what eUnited is doing instead of making their own game plan. But Chaoz takes a little bit of freedom back with a nice headshot. Powerz, though, with his own bold talk, will drop Nash to his knees. Nash will get back into the fight, but just a sliver of enough time for Dyslexic to potentially make a move. He gets a couple of downs himself, but it's simply not going to be enough. Casa de Papel will recover to 2-1.
And they got to be feeling good about themselves right now because of the fact that Casa de Papel has been overwhelmed in a lot of these rounds and a lot of these situations. So eUnited maybe having a little bit of a false footing in this round 2. Gotta lead Casa de Papel feeling better. This is where things are going to get dicey, though. Big back A first comes out by TJ. TJ's gefilte fishes with his opponent, with his teammate right there, and they get both of those downs. They get both of those kills as well.
This is the get filter fish again. Looks like a nice dish. I'm gonna have to try it one day. Nice job from Powerz. Domination, will it tick? I think it will. Chaoz surely gets a touch. That'll be a little bit of leeway. And actually, no, he's gonna get shut down. Unfortunate for Casa de Papel, and man, you know, again, a tough map for them to get through, but one thing is for certain, just like a little bit earlier when we watched Fury 1, I mean, eUnited is not backing down. Powerz hasn't died. Granted, he's kind of been on the back lines more so than anything else, but great stats across the board. Even Dyslexic, I mean, he's only died once, but he's got 3,800 damage. He's getting the assist. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. The biggest takeaway for me is Demise. Demise has had fantastic initials, Colin.
And they need to be able to do that. Remember last major when Demise started struggling in that grand finals, it got worse and worse and worse for eUnited. So they're probably trying to put him in spots to maybe find a more comfortable angle position, comfortable position for him. Because if they start to struggle, they might be able to put him in a different spot, put him somewhere else to give him the ability to come back into certain rounds rather than just continue to get overwhelmed. Coming in around number 3, 2-2 on the B side of the map, but a 1v1 really. 2 different 1v1s as a matter of fact, being broken out on the right-hand side of the map, and now both players from Casa de Papel will back down to play defense against just Dyslexic by himself. Powerz a little late to the fight.
Depending on how this 2v2 goes, things can get pretty dicey for eUnited. So Casa de Papel, if they can hold their ground, that would be tremendous, especially on the tank side. Powerz goes for the finish, but the timing of the pickup is just right for Casa de Papel to take him down. And TJ, a lot of pressure onto him. Like I said, things could get dicey for eUnited, and it has officially become dicey. In fact, it is going to end. That is a great job from the Paper House, Colin, winning that round in 46 seconds in the way that they did it. That 2v2 fight on tank was important and impactful, but obviously on the other side too, Powerz mistiming that cleanup on the Casa de Papel member he dropped. I mean, that kind of broke the camel's back.
The camel's back was broken, I think, mid-map too, Taylor. I think right now they're just putting weights on the poor camel now. They see him down on the ground. They're just stacking up weight on him at this point because his back must have been broken mid-map too. There's no way that camel could have been feeling good after the way that they were playing checkout. But I look at it this way. I see right now in this map 3, eUnited is doing something very, very different to what I've seen them do time and time before, where they get a little loose, they take extra fights, they start to play up onto their opponents, and then they start to lose a player here. They start to lose a player there. They start to lose a team fight somewhere down the line. This time, everything is just so precise. Everything is so well-oiled and put together.
eUnited putting reinforcements where they need to onto A, and they're going to have to get there quickly. Luckily, Dyslexic with the bolt hook was enough to kind of taper off the push a bit, but only for a short amount of time. Powerz ultimately has to back away as well, and Casa de Papel once again are going to threaten a domination. And, well, for the last player of eUnited, he's got a sprint. That's going to be Powerz. Chavii stunned just in the nick of time. That gives Powerz an opportunity, but Chavii, steady shots, connects when he's needed to, and will this be a domination? No, Chavii will back away, preserve his life, but I mean, this start from Casa de Papel reminiscent from the round that we just witnessed a little bit earlier.
They hold on to it this time. Only the B hill left uncontested by Casa de Papel as everybody goes down. 2v1 here at the home hill. Shot in the back by Addvers. We'll get the down onto Powerz and we'll get the clean, but it'll be Addvers in a 1v1 position at the home hill. Meanwhile, opposite side of the map, you're going to see multiple players of eUnited go down, so B hill will get opened up. This could be a triple cap domination, getting threatened momentarily. Stepping up into the hill is going to be Demise. Visualization in, even though he goes down, he is able to keep the round alive just long enough for his teammates to come off a respawn and get the down, but they couldn't get the revive in time. No, it's going to be 3v3 on the map right now.
Could be a big turning point for eUnited. Being down as far as they are, getting onto C quickly like they're doing is definitely imperative for their success. We've seen Nash make some bold pushes. He's kind of tapered off a bit from the ritual where he was obviously so impactful, but either way, with teamwork, they should be able to get it cleaned up on Dyslexic, but not in the nick of time. Dyslexic gets back up. That's due to the help of TJ. Even so, Casa de Papel finds a way with Addvers off the respawn to ultimately take the victory. And eUnited's hopes of maybe coming back in this round are starting to quickly dwindle away.
dwindle away, but I mean, again, is it so much of a disappointment for them? They've been pretty good up to this point. Let's see if they can continue to come back into this one. 85 to 198. They're going to have to get a triple cap neutralization, even a triple cap domination if they want to win this one. And you see what Casa de Papel is doing, applying pressure at A while simultaneously rolling back toward their respawns. Even if they lose B, if they were to lose everything, they still have enough players at C to keep them alive, well, and healthy for just a few more minutes.
14 seconds. It should definitely be locked up. I mean, unless this last-ditched effort ends up working, but a lot of downs will come out to the way, or at least in favor of Casa de Papel and Cullen. Casa de Papel will tie up the first half 2-2. You know, and that's well said. It's not disappointing by any means from eUnited's perspective. They've been playing incredibly well and keeping it competitive, but it is impressive that Casa de Papel, you know, steady hands. They're winning the fights they need to. Chavii's been having great initials, and I gotta say, the fact that we are tied up 2-2 with the way that the first 2 rounds went, Colin, I didn't think we would be at this point.
It's got to be a good sigh of relief for Casa de Papel to at least still be alive in this situation, still be fighting in this map 3. They want to be able to send it into that map 4. They don't want to just go down without a fight. They don't want to not win a single map against eUnited. They are giving it their best effort. We go to the second half. Home hills will flip to a little bit of a wider angle, and that mid-neutral hill will be over at the helicopter now. No big power weapon placed just yet, so that is another thing to kind of keep an eye on.
All right. Fresh start. 2-2. Casa de Papel, the last 2 rounds have been theirs. The momentum might be in their favor, but still too early to call up a fresh half. Might be a 3v2 fight from the transition over towards F. Meanwhile, Dyslexic, he's going to be forced and thrown into a 1v2 against Chavii and Chaoz. He'll try to stagnate that as much as possible. Meanwhile, the 3v2 is underway, and opening blood is going to be going towards Casa de Papel. Addvers gets the first elimination, and instead of staying on the tank, he's immediately going to go up to D.
Try to pressure out here to the triple cap domination situation. Try to make eUnited think twice about their positioning. Into the D hill, he pulls one player back, but that's going to be it. He's going to go down quickly after that. So as much as that was a good kind of a last-ditch effort, really, it's not going to really amount to much because of how quick eUnited was at their rotation into that position.
Still think it was the best play for Addvers to make. Staying in a 1v2 on tank just wasn't going to be fruitful, so he just tried to kite the eUnited players as much as possible. Even still, it wasn't enough to taper them off. Nice shot from TJ. I think that was onto Nash's head, if I'm not mistaken, and is at least going to keep them at bay. Can't be too comfortable for Nash and his teammate hiding behind that little sliver of cover. Dyslexic takes too much damage, he'll fall, and that's going to send TJ into action.
Gotta hide behind whatever you can in this situation. Hopping over the cover, it's going to be Demise, headed over to that E hill. Going to get inside for the neutralization, mark out one player. That's going to be Nash that he marked out, so Nash will go to the top side of the sledge. Try to put damage into the 2 players of eUnited who go for the cap on E. This is going to be Dyslexic, bouncing around as long as he can. TJ off of respawn. We'll push into the D-hill situation, but an incendiary awaits him. Oh my good gracious, that was a beautiful incendiary. Shuts these players down, and now you see what's happening where Demise is starting to kind of get pushed into panic mode, tries to pressure out one fight, can't get either one of them to go. One down finally comes through on Nash, and is Dyslexic going to chase this kill out? He does, but he goes down.
Man.
Bone-headed play right there.
Indeed. It definitely was. And now eUnited, they're not that far behind, but it's going to get a bit worrisome, and I mean quickly, if they can't get their hands on yet another hill. For player 8, Dyslexic off the respawn after that boneheaded play, he's going to push into Chaoz, but one thing to take note is Chaoz does have a bolt talk, and Chavii, nice steady shots. He's 7-2 for a reason. He backs away just in the nick of time, and Addvers will pick up 1. This is a Casa de Papel round.
Without a doubt, they're sitting pretty to go up 3-2. They're going to have some lipstick and a bow tie on the end of this round. They're looking oh so fine like aged wine. They're going to be sitting in the hill 4 deep with a little house party to finish this one off. And baby, Casa de Papel shows signs of life.
Just saying, if they got a house party going on, we invited, bro. Because, I mean, I must have missed the invitation, the RSVP.
I will, I'll bring something. Promise you that. I don't know what I'm gonna bring yet, but I'll have the wife cook up something. The missus will bring something with us.
I'm gonna bring a bag of chips. Okay, I'll put in the effort. I'll go the distance if I just get invited. All right. I'll even bring some dip as well. Okay, I'll bring the chips and dip, baby, because you gotta have the dip on the chip. I think we're getting a sniper on tank. This is hit or miss for me. You know, granted, eUnited's making a decision to make it a move, which that's 3, even though the score is 3-2, they've now lost 3 rounds in a row. So something isn't clicking, something isn't meshing as it did in the first 2 rounds. eUnited was able to win. But also, I value Casa de Papel's initial ability to get early picks. So you put it where you think you need to put it, and I think that is honestly the best case scenario is put a sniper on tank Colin, but I don't know how much it helps eUnited, because again, Casa de Papel's been on fire with their initials.
Well, I think this changes everything up because of the fact that you now see it become about a big power weapon, whereas Casa de Papel has been able to kind of play with their utilities, play with their positioning. And now eUnited wants to make it about one big team fight like they did in Execution to try to take care of business. This is going to be Chaoz over the top side of the back of the tank. Dyslexics going to get called out in the flank. You can't do that. If your name is not Rushies, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get away with that. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
Chaoz pushes up, Ensign in hand. When does he throw it? Now? Actually, I believe... Oh, I thought we traded Ensigns, but that was just a stun coming his way. Won't amount to much. Maybe the Nationals is all that they needed. Good job, good team fire, and a good Wolfpack in general. Powerz just rolls up, takes down Chavii, but doesn't get the others. And again, Casa de Papel's initials, Colin, have been on fire. And once again, it's going to remain true. This could be 4 in a row if eUnited is not careful.
They're just holding on to this position. This is going to be eUnited coming off of respawn, back into their own home hill, challenging up against the long shot as 2 others. Demise will get it down. They're going to pressure out toward that long shot as well. Powerz is trying to get into his face. That's going to be a huge down, but he can't clean it up, I don't think. Big body shot by Demise. Tries to get 1 kill onto the long shot. 2-1 advantage is still in favor of Casa de Papel. eUnited, they'll be scrambling off of respawn.
They definitely will be. I feel like they've been scrambling quite a bit over the previous 3 rounds. Dyslexic is not had a good time. The bulk of the damage that he has came from the first initial rounds, but in the 1v spot, he's been getting worked, but it's not because he's necessarily, you know, a stupid play here and again, but he's been in these 1v2s. Casa de Papel have been able to commit more players over there simply because they've been winning the team fights more consistently over the previous 3 rounds. eUnited making some desperate plays. That's a trade that Powerz was hoping he didn't get.
Yeah, Powerz was just playing his angle right there, playing for that kind of positioning advantage, that positional advantage. Chaoz is trying to bounce down to the right side of that cover. He's going to get taken out. 3 players from eUnited. They're going to muscle their way through this E-hill, pressuring over to the tank. This is going to be Addvers hopping up onto the ledge. Will he be called out? I'm not sure if Powerz saw him. Powerz tries to get into that position. You see that first shot by Addvers with the retro. Unsure if that's at least a little bit of what he wanted. Long-range incendiary, doesn't find anybody, but it will block him off of that cover and give him a great angle here to the middle of the map.
All right, eUnited win condition in hand. They just got to hold on, but I mean, Casa de Papel are putting up a wonderful argument that they can get onto F as soon as that shock dissipates. So where's the play? If TJ wins this mid-fight, he's going to hightail it straight to Delta without question. Chaoz needs to stagnate this as much as possible and allow his teammates to potentially win the 2v2 onto the F-hill. But added insurance is Chavii. He wins the fight against Demise in the 1v1. He's going to put real estate at least up top. Casa de Papel, win condition go their way. They win in 7 seconds and call it. That's 4 in a row. Casa de Papel be on map point.
They've got to feel perfect about this situation. Now on map point, looking to try to just win 1 round. This is, you just got to take it 1 round at a time. You don't want to find yourself trying to win them all. And they've done just that. Their initial, win the initial, play some defense. Now back out, now push back up, find the next set of slays off the respawn. They have played this oh so well time and time again. I am fully impressed with what I have seen from them.
Without question. I mean, I didn't expect Casa de Papel to be this strong on Vasgar, but they have really impressed me. And, you know, more importantly, it shows that eUnited, again, continues to be hit or miss on Vasgar for whatever reason that is. I would definitely think Training Grounds is their best map for sure. But, you know, that was obviously banned out. Casa de Papel, they clearly did their homework. So, hey, ends up working out in their favor. And District coming up next could be a great map for Casa de Papel as well. This could be a big turning point, as it typically is in multiple series throughout Pro League, but you're not out of the woods just yet, right? eUnited still leads 2-0 in the series, and they're still alive on Vasgar. There is always a chance as long as eUnited is still playing.
Especially because of how quickly Vasgar can turn against you as a map, it feels like. Retro's shots out early into this one. Damage will be caused. Chavii will drop, I believe, a shock at his feet to block the player from coming up that arrivals. 2-1 here over at the E-Hill. Meanwhile, eUnited just holding position, holding court here toward the back tank. Nash rotates and roadie strafes as fast as he can after the bounce. Try to get one. Now Addvers is going to try his hand on the right-hand side. Incendiary gets the burning kill, and now it is a 1v1. It's going to be Demise versus Addvers, and this might be for the round.
It might be. Let's see how this turns out. Addvers, good shot. Can he get another? He can't. Demise stays alive. A tense fight for sure. Addvers finally gets it, but not before being dropped himself. Luckily, his teammates are there for the assist. The shock won't amount to much, but the sniper still remains on the ground. And eUnited, they are hungry to pick it up.
See what happens here. If eUnited can win that long shot, can they find themselves some more favorable positions around the map? That's going to be a very hard call for them. Hard sell indeed. See what happens as the flashbangs come out. Nash will get it down to the TJ. TJ goes out. There's going to be Demise rotating up into this position to help out, but won't be able to get much help because he's going to get his teammate killed, and now he's only got one little teammate to help. Big body shot, though. I think it's Demise that got the down for him to be able to get that chunk around the cubby.
Powerz will get the finish on the Chaoz. A little bit of a stumble for eUnited, but they recover quite well. And for TJ, I'm not pushing this fight on the Chavii. Chavii's been on fire, but more importantly, TJ's not worried about that. There's no reason to overcommit yourself and maybe give another chance for Chavii to, I don't know, rotate over towards D. But you better believe with Demise also being by your side, yeah, you take this 2v1, you push them back, and now the teammates who were on the home hill of Casa de Papel from eUnited, they can back away. But Powerz isn't going to be far behind. Sniper out, puts it away. Chaoz closes the gap. Luckily, Dyslexic is there for the help. Now Addvers, a big moment for him, and he is getting triangulated by 3 members, and, well, he's going to end up falling. And, well, eUnited, it seems as if a round might go their way. Just a couple more stragglers they got to clean up.
Got to get rid of these last few. Got to play Extermination Squad. They get onto the top of the hill. They're going to go for the triple cap domination. Chaoz is not going to make it to E. 4-3. And this could get very interesting because now the pressure is also on Casa de Papel to close out a map. It's not just winning another round, it's closing out a map, which has a little bit more weight to it, if you ask me.
Without question. I mean, when we talk about rosters like Casa de Papel, Team Queso, Fury won at one point, I would definitely say not anymore. There are certain rosters that every split who struggle to close series out. They can take teams the distance, whether it be the distance in a series or the distance on a map, for example, here on Vasgar. But, you know, there is a big difference from taking them the distance and closing out. And for Casa de Papel, if they don't close this out, it could be demeaning, demoralizing, in fact. And the game plan is to get rid of the ensign for, obviously, the side of eUnited, which is going to be great if they decide to push up to the heli side or take down the shock. Fine, fair enough. Still, for eUnited, might be the best game plan to go for the quick pick. Let's see if they do.
Coming into the next round, how do they decide to play it? That's always the big question on everybody's minds. Rolling out a spawn here. Let's see where they send their troops and send their numbers off over to the long shot, of course. Maybe a little 3v3, maybe even a 4v3 here for Casa de Papel as they have everybody on this side of the map right now. Nobody watching their back on the flank. I believe this time it'll be Dyslexic going on the biggest flank possible, and he had to have gotten called out right there by Addvers.
Surely does. Still, Dyslexic, he's not been spectacular in the 1v spots, and in that case, he won't be as well. Really unfortunate to see Dyslexic losing as many 1v1s as he has. The 2v1s, I don't blame him, but it seems as if he's not having the biggest impact, and that brings a lot of pressure for the team fight for eUnited to go their way, which it does not. Good news for Casa de Papel.
Casa de Papel sitting pretty now. Looking to just hold on to another round. They are going to be right in the thick of things as they look to try to get a triple cap dominations to start to tick. They got to worry about this home hill, and then they got to go to the mid-neutral. I believe it a body shot attempted by Chavii there. Big body as well on the hip fire from the shotty. They get a couple more kills, but look at the way that I believe Dyslexic is rotating around. Another 1v1 now for Dyslexic.
A big moment for him just to get some confidence back. Again, he's been losing these fights consistently. Luckily, he was able to reset. That is a big win. In fact, now you can be on all 3. Hold up, one more player, and he'll clean him up. And he'll go ahead and back away. He's not going to fully commit just yet. The longer he stagnates this, Powerz can then move up, and this is going to be an eUnited round. We talked about closing out maps and series, and Casa de Papel could fall victim to not being able to do so. They had a lead. They had a lead for just an enormous amount of time. They were up 4-2, but Colin, it seems as if things are starting to crumble. Wait up, though. Chavii, big moves. Dyslexic still alive, and Dyslexic continues to hit bombshell after bombshell after bombshell, and he refuses to die. A 6-kill streak. Can we get a 7?
Looking for another one. Dyslexic will go down finally, but 165 and counting to 77 as the damage been done with 35 seconds left. On this next hill, Powerz waiting in the wing, gets one. Chaoz will realize that his teammate's been shot on, taken down as well after the double shot there. 2-1 hill advantage, still in favor of eUnited. Maybe a slow restart here for eUnited with that E hill gets decapped, but I mean, this is going to take a Herculean effort on the side of eUnited, or on the side of Casa de Papel to try to win this map, or win this round anyway. Up over 220.
I mean, this would be a huge way to close out this map for Casa de Papel, but with only only one remaining member and now no remaining members, Colin, we will be going to that coveted round 9. And just to recap from the last weapon placements, Casa de Papel did in fact use their ban. They used their disable on the shock of eUnited, whereas eUnited still have theirs going into the final round.
4-4, and my goodness, Taylor, we talked about this possibly being a map for Casa de Papel. Maybe spoke too soon. Having to close out. This is where things get oh so tight and oh so hard for so many teams.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this is... I mean, Casa de Papel, they had a 4-2 lead, even had a 4-3 lead, and they couldn't close it then. It's going to be so much more difficult to close it now that it's tied up 4-4. You know you got to be nervous. Torquebo up top, though, could be a bit of a difference maker. If they want to go that heavy, they might place a nade. But it's going to be a Marxa. Still can be deadly in the right hands, without question. TJ is a good example of that, but we know TJ's not going for that. If anybody's going to win that Marxa, it's going to be Dyslexic. He's been the guy fighting the 1Vs on the opposite side. TJ's focus is going to be on the tank fight. That's where he excels and has always excelled in even historic rosters he's been on in the past, aka like, you know, the likes of UIU. Interesting, Casa de Papel commit 2 for the Marxa.
I don't know exactly how you kind of justify that with the way that this has happened the last few rounds. Let's see if it comes out into their favor. Of course it doesn't, but they do win the E hill. They're going to be able to pressure out maybe the home hill of eUnited for just a moment. This will be a little bit of an awkward stretch because I think Demise is going to be in a 1v1 here against Chaoz, and he's going to get shot in the back. He's going to go down. Powerz is trying to find Chavii without getting shot on. He doesn't want to lose this long shot here.
No.
And he's done a fantastic job of playing his down and distance. Unbelievable job, and he finds the heady on Nash. Oh, disgusting. Gracious me.
And the commitment from Casa de Papel, again, questionable to send 2 players to win the objective of E and the Marxa, but give up the snipe the Powerz freely is something that can definitely put them in the grave without question. eUnited recovers the 2-1 hill advantage. Nice shot once again. Powerz on a 3-kill streak. Note the damage as well, ladies and gentlemen. 25,000 damage done. Absolutely incredible. He's definitely stepped it up quite a bit after losing 4 rounds in a row. Addvers can surely challenge him. Casa de Papel, I mean, just clawing their way back, or at least trying to. They're chomping at the bit to get any map advantage in their advantage.
Save this last shot here. Your teammates have a 2v2 over D, and they have a little bit of a defensive position, so they're in a power position here. Body shot missed by Demise. I was going to say, you save that last shot for either the respawned long shot, or if somebody pressures you, you get that quick body shot, and then finish them off with that Nasher. You get that quick down. This is where things get a little hairy and a little intense for Casa de Papel, down by about 70 or 80. And I talked about it before, closing maps is a whole hell of a lot different than just going up in them. Marxa in the hand of TJ. 3 body shots and a headshot will get one player super red, not down and dead, but Demise will finish him off with a chunk. Goes to the left-handed, tries to bait him into the up A, doesn't get it, but Chavii won't fall for the roadie strafe. Less than 15 seconds. They got to get a triple neutralization. Powerz, though, still looming with the long shot. One shot. He has held on to it. Patience has paid off. And Taylor, this is it. Say goodnight. Turn out the lights. Say goodbye to your best friends.
You hold on now. All right, you hold on now. Hey, 15 seconds, baby. Casa de Papel made some great strides and good efforts to make things interesting. And this is their final ditch effort. I mean, this is the heroics to shock the bot, or at least to stop the steps. And all right, Colin, you were right, brother. It's over with. eUnited will complete the comeback, win 5-4, and most importantly, win the series 3-0 against Casa de Papel. That is such, I mean, it's a big win for eUnited, right? I mean, we know that, but it is such a bigger loss for Casa de Papel to be so close for multiple rounds, to have an incredible performance and win 4 rounds straight, only to lose the final round. Like, it's so hard to watch, but I mean, that's just the way it is.
Taylor, I'm going to point something out to you that you probably, when I started saying that it was all over, before you said, hold on a minute. They had an incendiary at the front ledge, and they had 2 other shocks. They had one on the stairwell.
Oh, they had 2 shocks.
One blocking out the back because they never used their shock in the original because of the fact that they had the man advantage.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those things where it's knowing that, yes, it was pretty much over. But like, think about the patience. You had 3 utility grenades and 1 more long shot to use, and they sat on it the whole time.
That's impressive. That really is. I didn't see the shocks, I admit. I just saw the final push from Casa de Papel, and I'm like, man, maybe, just maybe, but again, bro. And by the way, I want to shout out Demise. He had 28,000 damage done, nearly dwarfing everybody in the lobby. He would have dwarfed everybody in the lobby if it wasn't for Powerz being at nearly 27,000 damage done. Demise was an absolute unit, and also a unit at times too on the comeback in general. I mean, he was winning some critical fights and definitely doing his part. Nice to see Dyslexic as well, like, step it up. He had a very rough time, not necessarily in the first 2 rounds, but absolutely off of those 4 rounds that Casa de Papel were able to win. Dyslexic was getting worked in a 1v spot. Granted, he was in 1v2s a lot of those times, so, for whatever reason, Casa de Papel was wanting to focus him and send an additional player over, but good stats overall from Demise, Powerz, Dyslexic doing his own thing, TJ as well. I mean, still, dude, Casa de Papel, what went wrong? I mean, at this point, it seems like a mental blocker to me, brother.
That's what I was going to say, is it's again, what it's like, where it's we got to go up and around. We got to go up in a map. We got to win around. It's one thing about, like, coming back and making it close and maybe even taking a lead. It is a different ball game entirely to close out. Like, you can go into 18 with a 2-stroke lead and you find yourself on the green with a 1 putt to win. That's nerves. You have to come away with that. You have to make that putt. There's no second chances at it. Casa de Papel, they went up 4-3, excuse me. And then eUnited, when they make it 4-4, it is just, you feel it. It's that pressure cooker all of a sudden. You're going to start broiling and baking. And the only thing that maybe puts more pressure on any singular given team are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They're probably pissed off. Pioneers on our side station looking to try to get another win under their belt.
All right, well, let's talk about Pioneers, right? They're on side station leading 2-0 over the side of Team Queso. We hop onto Vasgar, and, lucky us, we get the very start of it, right? 0-0. Last side station match of the night before we have our final match of PK and Rebel. But for KCP, let's see what they can do. And more importantly, what Team Queso can do. They're not a bad Vasgar roster, so this could be interesting just like our last matchup.
This is going to be interesting for a lot of different reasons. I think one of the main reasons I'll find it interesting is simply because of how Pioneers have always kind of had, a stick in their side when it came to this map. They've tried multiple different players at the 1v position. We've seen a Precision way back in the day. We've seen Handles take it. We've seen Brawny take it. Here at the A-Hill, Pioneers, they're going to overwhelm their opponents, get 2 kills early. Crystallize is going to be at the bottom side of the stairwell. Look to try to get at least 1 kill, but he realizes that he's going to be outmatched in this position 3v1. He's going to roll all the way back to his spawn. Problems is going to take that spawn shield, and he's going to try to make it work in his favor. Now all 3 players up and alive. Smoke comes out. This is going to be Brawny, bottom side of the stairs. Doesn't see the mark just yet. Doesn't get hit by that first shot. Summons and Crystallize to the back side of the L. Brawny tries to move up, picks out that player, and gets a big single shot, put it down on a full spread. Sleeper gets the decap at C, but he's got to skedaddle on out of there. He ain't got no help.
Yeah, he's running, man. Kind of like Addvers a little bit earlier, right, in the tank fight. He knows he's in a 1v2, and Addvers went immediately up top. Sleeper kind of the same thing. He's out and about, but KCP, good recovery. When we joined, they were a little bit down. They still are, but it seems like good news for KCP, potentially. Bronny on a big flank. Nice shot. He's on a 4-kill streak, and he doesn't look like he's going to be stopping anytime soon, but we talked about Sleeper disengaging from the fight. Colony's found his way up top, keeping Team Queso competitive.
I think right here what you're going to see is it's Bronny's just trying to stay alive on this L cover. The reinforcements are going to come out from behind him. He knows the kind of position he's in, and he pretty much knows that his job is just to stay alive as long as possible. They're going to lose the A hill. They're getting the C hill back, but now it's up to Zysho to get as many shots on in this position as possible. He's going to go down next. And I mean, he might be trying to put on a little highlight reel, trying to be Taylor Reflections' Noble first overall pick. Who knows? Could be Zysho tomorrow. Always
could
thinking
be,
about it.
Could be, yeah, could be. Keep fishing, keep fishing. Team Queso, man. They got. I know. You keep trying, baby. You might get it. You might get it. I don't think you will, though. Not a snowball chance in hell, brother. Sleeper with 2. Sleeper has had a big impact in round 1. You know, he skedaddled, as we said, right? He disengaged, and he found a way to get onto C, which forced KCP to, you know, obviously have to react in that regard, but KCP, it seemed like everything they tried to do objectively, it just, they were falling behind. And again, I give a lot of credit to Sleeper.
No, I'm starting to think we can't watch this Vasgar just to stick it to Clayton on Twitch. He said we get to watch a whole nother Vasgar. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we're allowed to do it now.
Hey, this is yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to spoil that? I can spoil it, production. This is the last Vasgar of the night. All right, so enjoy it while you have it.
It could have been your last Vasgar of Pro League, but you know that's tomorrow. Probably.
Colin, now look, you can't break the rule. Okay, you told me not to say it. You got onto me, or you didn't get onto me, but you know I could see the pain in your heart. Now you're gonna taunt me with it. I'm about to start breaking that statement out every single round at this point.
Last possible round of the Pro League. Every round. Good gracious.
This is 1-0. Just last possible round of the Pro League, depending on how this goes down.
It could have been any. Look, you could forfeit after this. You can get beat so bad, you just chalk it. You just chalk it.
Uh-oh. Sleeper's down. Bronny, nice shot. KCP can just kind of pump the brakes. It's interesting. Team Queso hasn't even made an attempt on A yet. Normally, that 3v3 fight's already popping off.
Yeah, you see them trying to get into a position, but there's a down early by the Pioneers. They are in a better position over there now because they're forcing players from Queso to scramble for revives. 2 down and dead. A third is probably going to find himself down and dead. Man, don't put that on.
What do you say about that forfeit, bro? No, they had a good round.
Cheese, don't quit.
Oh, please don't, man. We need cheese. Yo!
Oh my God.
That was a good round from KCP's perspective, bro. Even the cells team going handles at the end, man. They're getting loose. They're getting loose. Who is the most loose team, though? Well, you mentioned eUnited being a loose team because you know we had that narrative.
eUnited is the most loose team.
Really? I would say.
Yes.
I mean, KCP
they take
at one point
every
were the most
fight
loose.
ever.
So did KCP at a certain point.
You know what the Pioneers are? 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, man.
Oh, are they?
I'm telling you, look, I understand that they've had their struggles, but there's a part of me that's like, what are we going to do if they just come out here and they just sweep everybody under the rug?
Hey, this is the thing, man. Going into the major, my narrative, I'm just sneak peek from my discussion for the major. KCP have a chance to win it. Like, that's just the way it's going to be. Hey, do you blame me, Colin?
You do not sleep. You do not sleep on the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, my brother.
You can't,
I will promise you that.
I don't care how bad they've been, bro. Like, they always have a chance. You know, they weren't even practicing last split, and they still got 3rd place. If they would have made it to grand finals through winners, I think they would have won the major. Like, it's just ridiculous. But I'm serious.
Disrespect on Rise's name right.
No disrespect to Rise.
Why you doing disrespect? You heard it here first, folks. Ladies
why do you start a fight, first and foremost? When did I mention Rise? I didn't say anything about Rise.
Rise's name. He said it didn't matter who was coming out of losers. If Pioneers had made it 2 winners, they were going to stomp you. They're going to embarrass you.
Did not even say that. Don't do that, because the Rise fans out there are not going to hate me, and then Avexi's, I already know he's watching. He's going to be like, oh, Taylor, what do you mean, bro? Like, I didn't mean anything. I didn't say it anyways.
Avexi's impression? Taylor, what do you mean, bro?
Hey, what do you mean, bro? I didn't even say that, man. Like, hey, bro, like, why you hating on me, man? Why is it always me? I'm like,
why does Avexi say bro?
I don't know. Maybe he says baby, bro.
There it is.
I don't know. I remember Fran playing on Rise, and the only thing I remember Fran always saying is baby. Hey, baby, you got this, baby. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, why is he always saying baby, man? That was back when he was competing. Anyway, it's been a hell of a round for Team Queso. You know, it really has been. They're double up the scoreline over KCP.
I want you to know that.
It's true. It takes off the pressure, because they got the stream up, and they're like, man, the pressure's on. But now they're talking about babies and this and that. Sideshow, you mentioned putting on a highlight reel for my #1 pick, brother. He's only 4-3, but he's been playing really well in certain moments.
There's always a chance they could end up being the Taylor Reflections Noble, a #1 overall pick. It could be anybody at this point. It could be the voice of God. It could be Media by Hunter.
It could be Smokes.
It could be Smokes. It could be not Smokes. It's going to be Aimboot, though.
It might be. Might be Aimboot. I might put the whole Digital Slayer roster on and just believe in him one last time.
Slayer. Team TSL.
Well done from us. Hey, Accel's making it happen. KCP have the win condition despite a great start from Team Queso and an even better effort. Domination's going to tick through for just a bit. Sideshow, if he can get the down, he can in the nick of time, and B is surely going to be at least contested for the time being. This could very well be a route for KCP. They're coming back with a vengeance, and they might have the point lead shortly.
Who they do here, 202 to 190, 2-1 hill advantage in favor of the Pioneers. They're going to try to get this fight to go their favor at the B hill. You can see that they've lost one player, 4 versus 3 on the map right now, but a big shot there on the right-hand side on the summons. Now Sleeper throws his flash, gets a beautiful stun. He's going to rotate back into the B hill between the 2 pillars. He's going to get some coverage. Crystallize trying to stay alive at the front hand. Problems as well, wins a 1v1. So he will get the A hill neutralized, but is it too little, too late? B hill under contestation, trying to get capped up at the Pioneers, making it impossible for them to come back. They get the cap to go. Pioneers will take a 2-1 round count lead here in map 3.
And there had to be a turning point, and I'm trying to rack my brain as to what that turning point was, because there was a strong start for Team Queso, if you remember, and then slowly but surely, just things started going very well for the side of KCP. I mean, I got flashbacks of Accel's winning a tremendous fight on the tank, right? That was definitely one piece of the puzzle. Sideshow winning a great fight between Helly and Arrival, right? I mean, just simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, as simple as your ABCs as a 1, 2, 3. Pioneers, though, I think one of the things that cannot be overstated about them, and we've talked about it time and time again, is just the fact that they do not quit. You have to kill them 6 ways this Sunday if you want to win a match against them. You do not have a chance if you leave any life in their body whatsoever. They are as close to the embodiment of that old Optic roster. I know John is crazy enough to say that they could be better than them. I ain't going that far, but they do have that same kind of special to them.
Fallout just likes his engagements, man. And I'll tell you what, he gets his engagements, Colin. I give the man credit.
I ain't mad at him. Look, the man has plucked me from obscurity to cast over that beautiful Champions Legends match, okay?
Stop it, okay? If I can't say last pro league for us, you can't say that because I'm jealous, bro. Again, I already know who's going to win it, though, without question. I know my pick, 100%. And I know you're curious to know, unless you already know who's going to win it. Because I think you know.
Well, it's scripted, so of course. I mean, wait, what? Whoa.
Exactly that, baby. Colin already let me know who's winning. 100%.
The outcome's predetermined like it was WWE. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Wait, WWE's not real?
He is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You've heard it here first.
Hold up.
The way that he said that literally makes me feel like there's a shot. He said it
was wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. Is it not real?
I mean, it is. The bumps you take are real as can be. You will get hurt wrestling.
The storylines too, the wrestlers are all independent. When they go out in the ring, they have the ability to set their own storyline and win their own matches if they want to win, correct?
Yeah, without a doubt. Stone Cold Steve Austin proved that by driving a beer truck directly into an arena and shooting his boss with it.
Okay. Why you gotta take it there, man? Okay. You know, it is what it is.
You can't get into a wrestling conversation with me. All right?
I can't. Hey, look, I'm out of my element with that. Just like sports, apparently, according to Tony Baloney Pepperoni. KCP.
Tony Baloney. Oh boy.
What? You're out of your pocket.
I can't say his name
your brain,
not
man.
angry.
That thing got you nuttier than a squirrel harvesting up for winter, man. All right. KCP's on the precipice of winning. 20 seconds. And they have officially parked the bus, man. And that bus is not moving. Neither is that shot. 235. Magic School Bus. All right, shut up Miss Frizzle one time. 10 seconds away. Summons is making a move. There's always a chance until there's not. There is a absolute chance. But player 8 has snuck through, Colin. All right, player 8
has snuck through on to the B hill.
That's it.
And yeah, he's gonna get that decap and that retake all by his lonesome. Ain't nobody gonna make it over there in time, and this will be 3-1, and we will officially be 2 rounds away from a Pioneers punishing sweep.
Yeah, punishing indeed, man. And just to get chat caught up, map 1, I don't know the maps, but map 1 did end 300 to 155 on control, and the map 2 was 6-3. And obviously, we know the outcome. It was district and checkout.
Thank you, Hunter.
Was Hunter giving the call outs there. I'm just trying to have fun, man, and I'm having a good time tonight. I really am. This has been nice. Been loose, all right? But I got more loose during that E-Days, all right? Multiple ways. Sniper on tank, and that is going to potentially make KCP even stronger. I mean, my goodness, when we talk about their slaying power and initials, I mean, that's something that kind of, you know, shines bright like a diamond to me.
Without a doubt, I got no issue with that statement.
No, Rihanna, shout out to her, right?
Cubic zirconian at all.
Cubic zirconian's a real deal, by the way, all right? I don't know why. Nice shot from Summons, good job.
Oh!
But meanwhile, on the sniper, looks like it's going to be going to the way of KCP. Can't get it just yet. Sleeper makes it competitive. Handles. He's got to try to get away.
He's trying to get away right now, and Handles with that long shot. Oh, he almost had that angle right there. He could have maybe snuck that one in for a little headshot. Won't be able to get it, though. He's going to have to back up to the backside of the tank, realize he's going to get chased down here. What? Can I get that on replay, Boy Scott?
You will, in due time. In due time.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
No,
I don't either.
so.
I don't either, brother.
Well, Problem's got the sniper. That's what I do know. Ooh, he's just a bit too low on Zysho. Just a bit too low. Got to get objective back. That's the main cause for concern at the moment. Accel's 1, Accel's maybe 2. Can't get it. That's fine. Problems will now rotate around as KCP make headway just a bit, though, on tank. And Handle surely dies here. Good body. Nice follow-up from Sleeper. Team Queso have been nearly flawless, it seems, in this round.
I look at this as the Pioneers trying to find their next big advantage. That's a big kill, though. Sal's looking for a double kill. I was going to say, when they look for their next big advantage, getting that double kill would have been it right there. They get shut down, though. Triple cap domination is coming in here soundly for Team Queso, and that's all on the back of that missed shot by Handles. He pulls the trigger, but does not even get the down and body shot.
Team Queso lock it in here, surely, unless Zysho just pulls off an absolute Andre the Giant effort. He's not going to be able to. Nice headshot from a distance of Summons, who continues to get tremendous value just out of his life in general. He's on a 4-kill streak. And this round will finally end as Team Queso make it even more competitive, bringing it 2-3.
Taylor, let me ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it used to happen in my brain, but I want to ask this. Has it ever worked out for you where no matter what, whoever was in the lead switched to the top of the scoreboard, or is that just my brain, like,
oh, dude,
aneurysm?
It doesn't
like, even
happen
though Cog
often.
is always up top, like, you know how Cog is always up there,
right,
on the observer. Whenever it would be like after round 2, when it went 2-1 Pioneers, Swarm would be on top for me. And I don't know why it happened. Has that ever happened to you, or is that just me? You're allowed to say it's just me, by the way.
No, it happens occasionally. Like, dude, like the colors get wonky for me, you know, and not to mention other games, but in other games that happens as well. There's one game specifically that happens that to me a lot. You know, it is what it is. But no, I mean, it happens. It definitely does. I think it happens more so for me when I'm watching over teams that I don't necessarily know, you know, fully. So it's a bit more difficult for me to be like, okay, who is that on a fly, right? Like KCP, I already know all 4 members, right? Team Queso, I know all 4 members. So it's easy for me to identify quickly. Pioneer, Swarm, okay, boom, you know, that's a score and so on and so forth. But if I'm like doing like challengers back in the day when we were just rotating in and out players, you know, it was definitely, it would happen a lot where I would get confused and the colors mixed around. So it's not just
the Ferris wheel of players. I know the first night we had the Northern Forces, oh my God, they were COG no matter what side of the map they were playing from. I saw that blue and it had your boy in the worst way possible. I was like, I don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
They're COG. They're playing as COG, all right? I know I just saw a bunch of red names be people I know, but that's not happening, all right?
How long did it take you to, when Identus went to Rebel, obviously he's back on PK, how long did it take you to stop saying Identus was on PK, just out of instinct?
That's never been an issue with me. The only time I ever messed that up, I think, is like after the 2 full years and like the 23 event wins by Optic. They were still Optic. Like, even though they were under Tox, I was like, yo, yo, hit me with that one-time voice of God. Yo, hold up. Wait a minute. Taylor, did you see that, John?
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. It looked like he just threw like a standard ensign at the ground and got a kill.
The backslide into the ensign? What?
Bro, look, we've been all over the place. I didn't see that. We're gonna see that again though, for sure.
We bet him. Oh, what a shot by Summons. Summons, what a call out on that vending machine. He's not going to get enough damage to get it down, but my God, he made it interesting. Long way to go for the Pioneers, though. Down here, they're going to get the triple cap neutralization. No points going in favor of Team Queso. Team Queso sends 3 people to kill Zysho.
Hey, honestly, I don't blame him with the way he's been playing. Like, Zysho has been absolutely on fire. Team Queso's got to be careful, though. A lot of moving pieces are currently in play, and for Pioneers, being on map point, series point, Team Queso's going to be in a world of trouble. A chance to bring it 3-3, though, is there. Problems will take down 1. Sleeper aims up 1 on Zysho. Zysho will ultimately fall. KCP are still behind. Team Queso holds on.
Right there, I swear to God, handles to me right there was like a dude at your storm window, your storm door window that you didn't know was there. Like all of a sudden you get that down to the first person outside and handles just comes walking up in the house like, you got any chips? Like, what?
Bro, why is this so specific though? Who's been at your storm door window all of a sudden as you look like Big Cat out there handing you blueberries? What's going on?
Hey, you leave Big Cat out of this. Nah, man.
You're the one who brought it. You're the one who brought it to my table.
They usually just walk right in because you got the alarm. You got the alarm at the front of the driveway, brother. I see you coming the whole way down the driveway. I know whose it is.
It's like Big Cat walks in and he's like, yo, what up, Big Cat in the building? You know, I got some blueberries.
I wish. Oh my God, but he's like 79.
Could you imagine a 79-year-old walking in named Big Cat?
Oh, let me see.
Oh, let's see this instant.
All right, watch this. Oh, never mind. I thought he hit the backslide. He threw it out of the backslide.
I'm about to say, bro, I was like, dude, he just threw an instant at the ground.
I thought he threw it out of the backslide. My brain, like right there, made that so much better than it really was. I wanted that to be the best mechanic. That was going to be the eSwap X play of the day, whether you liked it or not. If he'd have hit that instant out of a backslide,
he just threw it, and I'm like,
I'd have put that on my mama. That would have been the eSwap X play of the day if he'd have hit that thing out the backslide.
I thought you were just reaching the like hype of Team Queso as much as possible, and I was here for it. Like, I was all for it, baby. I was like, let's do it. All right, 3-3. Things are now interesting. Team Queso have a real chance to walk away victorious and potentially send us to a map 4, which whatever that would be. But, I mean, I'm here for it. Team Queso, one of those rosters that, you know, they've been there. They've definitely had a decent run, per se. But, I mean, like, 1-6, they need a great performance against KCP to give them confidence to move into the major without question. KCP will take the 2-1 hill advantage. Bronny, a bit of a scrappy fight. He pushes forward, and he will unfortunately lose his life. But it doesn't put Team Queso in a better spot.
No, it doesn't put Team Queso in a better spot at all. 2-1 hill advantage. See the Pioneers kind of sitting back and relaxing on their laurels right now because they know they have the advantage, and they know that that puts Team Queso in a worse spot for every moment that passes. Keep having to reset myself in the seat. Summons almost gets his head clean clocked off, but I believe the spawn shield would have saved him right there, because he just reset his shoulder. Looking for an angle here on the Crystallize. Crystallize hiding behind that one pillar. Zysho's going to angle out here back at the B hill. I think he's going to try to win. Yo!
Try to do what?
Somebody
Nothing.
told my mama that thing hurt me.
Zysho's not done just yet, baby. He's got a couple of potential victims just up ahead. And this is a big push from Team Queso now off the respawn. They've lost their members on the opposite side. A domination will ensue just a moment or just a second if they're pressured off of F. So this is a must-win, and quite honestly, Team Queso has to break through, which they're going to be given an attempt. Nasher's going to be out for Zysho's perspective. He takes quite a bit of damage. Good team pickup from Team Queso's perspective. Bronny now last alive on a tank fight in a 1v3. Team Queso doing exactly what they need to do to break forward, and they do exactly that. The problems. Don't get over anxious, because Handles is ready for you.
Handles waiting in the wings. He's going to hop that cover. The 1v1 over there at the arrivals. Summons at the D hill. We'll go for the neutralization here. 3 players that knotted up at this position. Down onto a cells. Beautiful job to get that quick kill. 2-1 hill advantage. We go with 236 and counting. 240 and counting. Crystallize is the nearest player to the hill to go for the neutralization. 1 player waiting in the wings. Now a secondary player waiting in the wings. They're going to go for the collapse here in just a moment. I believe Cells is going to try to take his chances in a 1v1 into the hill. Crystallize will go, but it's not in time, and it's not enough. 4-4, Taylor.
And there it is. Like you said, well, 4-3. And that is going to be map point, series point for KCP. And obviously cause for concern if you're Team Queso, and a big decision to make. Use disable, not use disable. A bold pick for Handles. Well, not really, excuse me, not so bold, because, you know, they already have their shock, they have their ensigns. It is well within their right to save their disable and play something atop, which is exactly what they do. And that limits the chances for Team Queso now to do something ridiculous. But placing the shock is definitely the smarter decision. So disables will be there for potentially a round 9 if we get to that point.
That's what I was going to say, is they save the disables, and I don't think the Pioneers ever really mind having the disables, you know, to use in round 9. They like it kind of neutralized up. They like it to be a big team fight early. Smokes are going to come out. Zysha's going to go for the pick there. Won't get tagged up at all. Literally not shot at all. Stayed at 100% that whole time. That is a huge misstep. I don't care who you are, what your name is. You cannot let that man get away with not even getting a bullet on him.
Summons will pick up the frags. Zysho, I've got a sick feeling he's about to hit a nasty shot. Like, he is just about...
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey. None of that happened, bro. Like, I got the complete opposite, just instantly killed by the ensign. That is highly unfortunate, bro. Highly unfortunate.
2 players on the Pioneers are still pressuring out toward the D hill, though. They're going to have a neutralization here as they get all the kills over there at the tank fight. 3 players knotted up at this home hill of Team Queso. Does someone still have nades on him? Can I get confirmation or denial of that?
No, he doesn't.
That's what I was concerned with for just a hot minute, as I was like, he might be saving those for this such occasion. Throw him at the stairs to block him forward. Throw the second one on top of the planter, and so on and so forth. You got some good spots you can throw him over there at the D hill.
Uh-oh. Got from Handles into Cells. Handles, I believe, is on a 3 or 4 kill streak. If I'm not mistaken, Cells might be inching his way up there. Cells is on 1. Handles at 2. All right, so collectively they have 3. But it's been a team effort for sure, just pushing from tank up towards B. Big fight over here. Summons. Oh, he can't make it happen. And KCP win a critical hill as far as I'm concerned. Handles overstays his welcome a bit. Now Cells kind of has the world in his hands. He's going to take down 1. Now he's on a 2 kill streak. Can he hit the 3 like his partner just a little bit earlier? Trying to stay alive. Crystallize kind of just...
He's getting a hanging from
off in the
behind.
distance.
He's still alive. That's the most impressive part of that to me. His handle should have been dead 3 or 4 seconds early of that. And just the way that he was able to maneuver himself on those 2 covers and stay alive with that tank fight as long as he did has bought the respawn's time to try to re-engage the fight. They're not going to be able to help it so much, but nonetheless, it's just an impressive examination of his skill right there.
All right. Pioneers just on the cusp of winning in points, but I mean, Team Queso obviously have the win condition. This puts Pioneers in a position where they need to get onto F, first clear out player 2. Summons is the guy who's going to rotate through mid. Sleeper, if he can hit shots, he could be a nuisance. But he missed 1. He's put in check. F is going to be recapped. E, though, up top is going to be 1. I think Team Queso's done it, as it will be cut in half from 30 now to down to just about 20. It's not really half, but close enough anyways. And I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't know how this is going to go.
About 5 seconds. When he gets chunked out, that'll be the round. That'll be the 4-4. No, it's 4-4. Big night. Not the lights.
No, I'm not doing it yet. No, I refuse. I'm not saying goodnight just yet. I'm not saying goodnight just yet because the hills have been decapped. KCP are on 2, and it is goodnight, but it's goodnight for Team Queso.
How you gonna let that happen?
Yes, it is, baby. Yes, I didn't mess up any.
Be out here. Now, I'm talking to Team Queso. Hold up. You gotta give me a minute. I'm having a moment over here with these guys. How you just gonna let that happen? How you gonna make me look foolish for your nonsense? Cherish. This boy.
Cherish. Hey, man. Because you're too quick to say good night, it's over with. But just like Blaze in the past been too quick to say a team is coming back when they're down like 2-10 or something, you know?
I love when Blaze tells me good night, so don't you even go there. Don't you even take that away from me. Don't take that away from me.
I can't. What am I going to do, bro? Apparently you got Kenny texting you good night and good morning too. Okay.
Just good morning. Just good morning. He's
no good nights.
He's
no
busy.
Good nights from him.
I don't mind.
Good night, Colin. Sleep well. You know, night, Colin. Come on, baby. Like you guys have this relationship. It's beautiful. I gotta admit, but I just want something real in my life. I really do. Like Blaze,
you do. He's talking to us right now.
Who?
Voice of God. He's the realest you can get.
True. I can't lie. There it is. District 300-155. Checkout 6-3. Vasgar 5-3. And it ends up in a 3-0 for KCP. I think Team Queso might have one more Pro League matchup. I will verify in just a sec, but it's, you know, at this point for Team Queso, not a good split, but they do play Northern Forces tomorrow. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, though.
Good for me?
Good. Well, it could be good for you.
I mean, I get to see my dad, like, again, do you forget who I am?
I don't.
I just like to see that man play. I just want to watch that man roll out of spawn.
I know. Hey, and I'm not fighting you on that.
It's like that. It's like, how do I put this? I did not, like, yes, I knew it was coming, but I did not know that it was coming when franchise retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was coming. I saw it.
You shed a tear, bro.
This won't ready.
You shed a tear.
I was toe up from the flow up, like,
I know.
A week.
I know. I do. I know. Colin, it's been a great night. KCP, they get their win. It's a rare night. We've been able to see like all matches tonight, all series taking place we've had a chance to see, but we have one more series still left to finish tonight, and this one's a good one, baby. We have Rebel playing against Pittsburgh Knights. Lattown versus Lattown. You're going to get the best out of every member, all 8 of them, without question. PK Rebel coming up after the break.